shit going on there. How's the camera looking? Oh man, we look fucking fresh.
Fresh and, of course, so clean.
Yeah, dude. So I doodled myself in the...
You need some toilet paper? You doodled yourself?
I look like default white boy from like Backyard Baseball.
You look like every video game character ever.
I look like the dude from fucking Smash. I look like Ness.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. But yeah, for context, for you audio amigos, get fucked. For the video amigos, we're working on a new shirt campaign, maybe?
Yeah, I'd call it a campaign.
Like a collection.
Yeah. Limited time DLC.
Limited time DLC. Here's a little preview. Oh, you can't see shit. Look at that.
Well, now you got to put it on the screen. You might have the finished product by the time that it's on the screen.
Yeah, probably. But we're working on that so that we have a little bit more different merch in the store for you guys. Gonna say it at the top of the show. Kind of stole it from Haptic with the limited merch idea, but the concept behind it is us in different game type logos that are 2-player games mainly, and
I wouldn't even say that. It's just classic games where you can be more than one character per se, because they're not all multiplayer. From the ones we talked about.
True, that's a good point. Yeah. Games that focus on having two characters as their main thing, and like integrating the save before quitting, and like we're the characters, and then the logo changes from. For context, this one is Sonic 2, and it's now save before quitting. So there's that. Drawing Ant as a Sonic is weird.
I look interesting, but I like it.
To be fair, it's better than the doodle from the last intro we had, where you were just in a Sonic onesie.
Listen, got to get the job done somehow. You know? I ain't mad at it.
But hey, man, that's what we're doing. We're having a good time. We're actually recording this on Sunday. Back to our usual day. Oh, that bubbled up and almost overflowed. That would have been funny on camera.
It would have.
But
I would have laughed.
We're heading on a field trip after the recording of this podcast to a little place called Micro Center. Yes. Originally, the plan was, are we going to be honest or are we going to lie?
Well, now we have to be honest.
But here's the thing. They won't know what the lie or the truth is, so we can choose. Maybe we'll be honest.
We can be honest because we still have to go on the field trip.
True. So, for context sake, Ant has already purchased his PC. Technically should be here today on Sunday.
I'm frantically checking the door.
Yes. Mr. Jeffrey Bezos is fucking around and not delivering it when they said they would. At least at the moment, it should be here, hopefully, by the end of the day.
They
if not
said
Monday,
till 8 p.m. I have.
Which is a weird window of time. It's like the whole bullshit where it's like, make sure you're there from like 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. so we can check your internet. Like,
to be fair, right before I ordered it, it said order within the next 29 minutes to get it tomorrow. This was Saturday morning.
Yes.
And that's when I hit you and was like, I'm getting it right now. So I can get it by the time we record. And we're recording, spoiler alert, there's no PC at the moment.
Yes, we're waiting. But that has been ordered. We will do like a nice little unboxing video and whatnot and like talk about it and what made Ant make his decision. Because he's been on a binge of PC videos as of late. He's pretty much the tech guy now.
He christened me the tech guy.
Yeah, like I'm still like the software tech guy. You're the hardware tech guy. So now we got both fields covered.
Yeah.
So that's good. But yeah, we'll go into why he chose that one. Maybe in that we'll make a video about that. But there'll also be a nice little vlog. We're gonna figure out how to record that probably after this. Because my phone has hardly any storage on it to record. I think it has 2 minutes of recording available because I have so much shit.
How old is your phone?
Like 4 or 5 years old. I don't delete shit either, so it's like that. But
we might have to do a save before quitting sponsored thing to get you a new phone.
Yeah, just for recording vlogs.
No, just because I remember how it was going during the initial Raid Shadow Legends thing.
True. I mean, to be fair, I have an upgrade available through Verizon. I just haven't gone yet because life.
Oh, I understand that.
But so that should be coming to you soon. We'll have a vlog posted, hopefully probably this week. pretty much we're just going to go now. Ant needs to get a monitor for his new PC. Do you have any idea of what kind of monitor you want yet? Are you running a dual monitor setup or just a one?
I would like to have a dual monitor setup, but I'm not about to buy 2 monitors at once.
Well, you have this one, so you could definitely use the one that we currently
That's
use.
what I was figured I was going to do, and get like a nice new one and then use that one.
Yeah, okay. And then we got to figure out your connections on the back to see how that would work, because you might need a different cable. Because the way mine works, I have the HDMI for my good screen, and then my other screen is the DSIM, I think it is, the one with the screws on the back of it. That, John?
I think that's HDMI.
Okay.
I have, so I guess we'll see.
Well, you can get a one that goes from into your computer, it's the DSIM, into the screen, which is HDMI.
Gotcha.
So that's what I'm running personally. But yeah, we'll record that. I might pick up something. I actually need to pick up a keyboard.
That's what I might do.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I need to be, I don't want the out of the box. I saw the keyboard, it's just some dinky black
Gaming keyboard.
Yeah, I want to be fully what's the word? Entranced in the gaming PC culture.
Yeah. As of that point, we might just go to Best Buy. That would probably be a better bet, to be honest. I don't know if Micro Center has keyboards, to be fair.
I mean, on their website they do. And it says in stock, so I figured in the store. Cause I was looking at the specific location that we're going to, and it had them on there.
All right. Yeah, I need to pick up a new one because when we get to the What We Played This Week section, I played a lot of new games this week as like a little, fun times. But one of the games I went to play required me to press F1 to ready up, and I don't have F1 on my keyboard.
Why?
Because I have a 60% board, which is it takes off the numpad and also takes off the top bar with the F through whatever F1 to 12 I think it is. So it's like small, compact, and it's more like friendly and like clicky clacky,
right?
But I need to get a regular keyboard that has that, so that if I need to, I can do that. Because I brought my older gaming keyboard from Amazon that I got on Black Friday 4 years ago to work. So I clicky clack at work now. So
I bet everybody loves you.
Yeah. To be fair, it was funny. One of the higher up dudes that was helping us out with an issue one day. We were trying to wait for something to load, and he saw my keyboard. He's like, "How'd you get that?" And I'm like, "I brought it in, like you do. It's an extra keyboard I have." He's like, "Oh, it's really cool. It's a gaming keyboard. You play games?" And I'm like, "Don't try to relate to me, old man. I've seen more than you have."
He loves the young people.
Yeah. But so that was a good time.
Hi there, fellow child.
Hello there.
Fellow young person. I also know about the
Tech.
gigs.
I know how to GG, as they say.
All right, man, get away from me. F for respect. Just leaves.
The final kill count, must I say.
You just slowly walk away. Call security.
Call security immediately. Yeah. Which we don't have. But yeah, I'm excited for this trip, to say the least.
Me too.
It's gonna be a good time. So we'll see how that goes, and you'll see how that goes too.
You will.
Later this week, or it's already out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, you'll
It'll
see
be
it.
on socials. It's fine.
A couple things coming out this week if that's the case.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what else to talk about in this intro section. Do we get right into it?
Let's just get into it.
This is a short intro. This is a good one, nice and compact, and bada bing, bada boom, right in the room. How you doing?
Okay, all right. Got the fucking rhymed boom with a room and shit.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Right in the room?
We ain't recording on Zoom. Let's start the show.
And now we're all doomed.
MF.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Rest in peace. All right, moving forward.
Yes, Chris, you can come to the hip hop party now.
That dude on TikTok, he can come.
Yeah, exactly.
He's invited to the cookout.
Exactly.
He can come. Send the jet. I love that guy.
That's just, you're just outside of the club or whatever. Like, yo, and I'm just like, he's fine. He's with me.
He's okay.
He can come in.
Trust. I know he's wearing the whitest shit ever. He's wearing a polo tucked into his khakis.
But it's fine.
And Adidas shoes. Jesus Christ. What?
And they let you in begrudging, and you look at the bouncer like,
Heidi ho, neighbor.
Bitch. He said, I can come in.
Oh, God. But yeah.
Level up, gamers, and welcome back to Save Before Quitting. I'm Ant.
I'm Chris.
And as always, you can find us on Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube.
Titty.
Save letter B, number 4 quitting. And Save Before Quitting, all the way spelled out, at gmail.com for any of your thoughts, questions, comments, insults, compliments.
Hashtag ads.
Hashtag ads. And thank you once again for all you people who helped us with our hashtag ad.
Still waiting on them to email us back.
Right. We appreciate you. Also, we put out a couple little promo videos, little skits for you guys this week.
Yes. They've been getting a little bit of love.
Hoping you all enjoying those.
We appreciate you guys. My favorite's the second one so far.
The dodgeball one.
That one's my favorite because the amount of headshots that I took that day to get the perfect headshot. Well, I don't know if you. Here's the thing: if you watch this short, you noticed on the screen was Knockout City. I was playing the game in this short. The amount of times we had to time that hit with when I died on screen.
That was a task.
I really want to get all of the hits just as a compilation and just be like doink doink doink.
I gotta remember to hit up Darrell, see if you got that. Shout out to Make Wonders, Wonders Worldwide on Instagram.
Hell yeah,
he shot our amazing videos. Shout out to him.
You can find his @ in pretty much every single one of the descriptions of those promos. Just go to the bottom and hit that @ and go drop him a follow as well as us.
For sure, please. And they're not over.
Yeah, still 2 more to come this week.
It's a 4-part mini series of promo.
Yes.
And
part 4 is my favorite.
Yes, part 4 is the one.
Yeah, I'm really glad that's I think the best one that came out, and it's the last one.
Yeah.
The next one is good. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But 4 is chef's kiss.
4 is the one.
Yeah.
4 is definitely the one.
But yeah, it's a good time. So appreciate you guys checking out. Share those to Instagram and everywhere to get people on board with the community and Twitter and such and whatnot. Share it around.
Please. Once all 4 of them are uploaded, they'll be in even more places.
Yeah. It'll probably end up being on YouTube at that point as a one video channel trailer type thing, because I don't think we have a channel trailer as of the moment on YouTube. So that'll be our intro channel trailer skit thing to get you into the minds of us, because we're comedy people, kind of.
Those skits are really the crux of how we act.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's clearly we scripted some of it, but a lot of it is just us being us.
True. I definitely have played with that Hot Wheels thing a lot. I'll just go over there and I'll just push carts on track, not even turning it on, just because it's fun. But
but especially the next 2, I feel like they really highlight the our characteristics. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for those, love. And what else do we have to thank for? I don't know. Do we have any more thank yous? Thank you to the people that were in the stream this past Thursday.
Yeah.
We did do a live reaction, which you can find the VOD of that on our YouTube channel and on our Twitch for the next 30 days or so if you want to watch it over there or here. Pretty much reacting to everything that was shown at the PlayStation event, which we will recap in this episode. So buckle up, because there's been a lot more stuff that's come out about the games, about specifics of what's going on with them. A little bit of sad news with the Spider-Man game where it's not co-op, and I'm kind of pissed about it. But here we are.
I feel like we'll get to it. We'll get to it. That was a great time.
Yes,
that was a super great time.
It was a good time. But
well worth leaving work an hour early.
Oh yeah, 2 hours early for me. It was great. I loved it. But other than that, what did we play this week?
Well, I didn't play much. I think I played a tiny bit more of Ori at the beginning of the week.
You've been busy as well, just in general. Yeah.
I did a whole lot of recording this week. I set up Trenton with the Sonic Colors Ultimate that came in. So I played a little bit of that, just kind of putting it on his Switch and kind of messing around with it for real quick.
A remake or a reboot?
Remaster.
Remaster, okay.
Yeah.
All these re's.
Yeah, it's a remaster. But it's Sonic Colors.
Cool.
Came out on Wii, still Sonic Colors.
Still just as Wii.
Yeah, so no motion control though, so it's great.
All right.
On the Wii, you had to like use the the
Does it give you the
nunchuck
option to, or like with the Joy-Cons maybe?
I don't think so. I think it's just full on
That's interesting.
buttons, but it didn't really have a whole lot of like waggle to it.
Okay.
That's why you use the nunchuck on the Wii. You just pressed like the direction with the nunchuck and jumped. You didn't really do a whole bunch of like moving the
Gotcha.
Joy-Con around.
All right.
Cool. Joy-Con, the Wii remote. So I did that, but majority of my time was taken up with recording, editing, and looking up PC specs every night for the last almost 7 days until I finally zeroed in on the PC that we're waiting for right now.
At 2 a.m. Keep that in mind. The best part about that was like when you were messaging me about it, like, hey, this is the one I think I'm going to get. And I was asleep. I knocked out that night. Like, I don't know why, but I went to bed early that night.
It was 2 a.m. though. I didn't expect you to be up.
I normally am up that late. Like, I stay up late as fuck for no reason because I'm dumb. But, like, I woke up the next morning. I was like, what the fuck happened? What? You bought a PC?
Messages on our Discord.
It's like fucking 10 messages. I'm like, who died? Like, what the fuck happened? But no, I was like, okay, cool. And then I looked at it. I was like, okay, yeah, this is pretty fucking good.
It was something like, it was one of those moments where like, I need to bounce this off someone, but it's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Like no one's, because I need like some kind of like, I need to just, like I said, bounce it off somebody.
Yeah,
I need somebody to talk to me about it. But I knew no one would be up. But I knew you were who would need to know more than anyone. So I was like, I'm just going to bombard the Discord with messages about the computer.
And then I was dead.
Yeah.
That's how I sleep. But yeah.
Adrian's knocked out next to me. Like the whole house is quiet, dark, and I'm sitting up in bed, like eyes red, just watching these PC videos and like cross-referencing parts on my phone.
Jesus.
And finally I was like, the computer we were going to get. And I'll say all this again when we do the vlog, but we had a computer. Me and Chris already looked at it. We were like zeroed in, like, this is the one. It looks good, has what we need. Watched some videos of it. And a lot of people like loved it, but there were a lot of people who were like, well, it has this problem. If you can overlook this, you may watch out for this. The cooling system it has in it is not that great, blah, blah,
you
blah,
had
blah,
a liquid cooling in this one, right?
Yeah, and fans.
Nice.
So it's quiet. They said it ran loud. This one doesn't do that. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I was like, okay, while this performs well, it's not necessarily, I think we'd end up having to like replace parts in it or something further along the line. Like the parts weren't as great on the inside. Fantastic graphics card, fantastic CPU, horrible cooling system. This one, on the other hand, doesn't have the horrible cooling system. Retain the graphics card, retain the CPU, and it performs better, more modern parts, and it was ranked one of the best pre-built computers of 2021 overall.
Shit.
So, yes, I'm happy with our purchase, and I did 7 days of straight research.
Yeah.
And this is where I landed.
The one thing I was like, this might be not an issue, but I was like, there's the storage, like the internal storage. You have the extra 1 terabyte, I think it is.
Yeah, but
the regular is like 500 gigs, which is like, I think that's the same I have in my computer, and I'm running into the issue now where it's like, I go to install stuff or download stuff, and I can't do it to my main one anymore. I have to force it to go to the secondary. Like, all of my Steam games are on my 1 terabyte because, I ran out.
Right.
And it's just from, like, Google Chrome and, like, the Adobe suite on the regular 500. And I'm like, well, everything else is going here. Fuck me.
I think when it comes to that stuff, like, God damn it, Romeo. When it comes to that stuff, I'm still primarily a console gamer for me.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So I think that if I'm just using this computer strictly, majority to stream and to record like podcasts and footage, I'll be okay. Because it's just doing what this is doing right now,
100%.
just on a better computer.
I still think you should game on it, though. In the meantime, until you get your Steam Deck.
I'm definitely going to now that I have the option.
Yeah.
But I also know that it's upgradable. Like I'll buy. I knew that wasn't my number one concern right in this minute.
Yep.
I can upgrade my internal storage And that's what I plan on doing, honestly.
Yeah.
Plus getting some extra external storage.
100%.
So
that's what I might get at Winker Center today. External storage. I need that.
But as long as I just needed to be able to perform. That's what she said.
So that you can perform on stream.
You're on fire.
It's a circle, not
Of
a
life.
square, not a triangle. It's a circle.
Technically, if you could meet on a triangle,
No,
if you say
it's a quote from how it's from.
I know it's a quote. I'm trying
it's
to
a
poke
quote.
holes in the quote.
No, never. That's a perfect movie.
Sorry.
Tell me it's not a perfect movie.
What movie is this again?
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Oh, well, I know.
Adam Sandler and Kevin James, fireman, and like
No, I saw the movie.
yeah, it's one of the fucking most amazing movies.
I
of
forgot
all
what
time.
movie it was. That's
Such a
all.
good movie. Remember the shower scene with the guy?
Yes.
He's singing "I'm Every Woman" or something like
Yeah.
that.
I've seen that movie a while ago.
No. And he's just like hopping around in circles.
I'm every woman. It's all in
Yeah, that.
me. Anything you want to.
Yeah,
All right,
I think we have full frontal ass in that scene too.
I know that was your favorite part.
No, to be honest, not even in like a that. I feel like it was though because it was just like shocking to see. Like you're expecting like oh yeah, it's just like a bunch of firemen showering, but then you just see in the middle there's like buff jacked ass motherfucker singing that and like hopping on his heels and his like cheeks are shaking and you're like. I didn't expect to see that in an Adam Sandler movie.
Just when you
this
think-
is great.
Just when you think the ass is gone, it's
Yeah.
not.
But it was a great fucking movie. I love that movie so much. Moving forward, apologies.
But that's what I played this week.
No, you played more stuff. What did you play at the arcade you went to?
Oh yeah,
Because I was curious. You were posting about it in the Discord. A couple
We-
games that were interesting.
Me, Adrian, Trenton, and my mom went to Peddler's Village,
Yes, my mom loves that.
where all
A Karen's dream. One.
yes, it is, and like it's not even just it's just like women and moms in general.
Middle-aged women in general.
I'm just there like y'all didn't need me for this. Y'all didn't need me to come here.
I hate going there. I only like going to the toy store, and then there's like this one store that's like pop culture stuff, kind of, and it has like somewhat cool shirts. and, like-
Somewhat.
yeah, but then like you're like, okay,
That's what Peddler's Village subtitle should be. Peddler's Village, almost interesting.
exact. If this is what they do, they need to add a gaming store. If they added a gaming store,
But it would have to be like legit.
but that's what I'm saying. Like get one of the store. What's the store that's near here?
I've
I've only been there once.
It slipped my mind.
Yeah, there's a
This
gaming,
one. I'll send you a picture of it or something.
Fuck. More editing.
Yeah.
No, like someone like them opening like a secondary location.
Yeah.
Like open something like that there, dude. Best place ever.
Yeah. That would change it. They got good food there and stuff, though.
And it's also aesthetically pleasing and whatnot.
Yeah.
You got to go during Christmas time. I will admit that is pretty
Okay.
dope. They light
I can
the
see
whole
that being
thing.
Christmas. Yeah.
Dude, there's like a tunnel that they make that's just like all Christmas lights. It's like the shark tunnel at the aquarium, but less cool.
Almost interesting.
Exactly. Imagine like how cool it is to walk and sharks are around your head, and then instead of being sharks, it's just like thousands of little lights.
Yeah, we've done those type of things. We have not the Peddler's Village one, but we've done those type of things like with Trenton in the last year or two. But we went because they got this thing, Giggleberry Farms there.
It's like
for the kids,
like a big building.
Yeah, it's like a Chuck E. Cheese type place for kids. And
Rest in peace,
yeah, rest in peace.
Chucky.
We barely knew you, or we knew you too well. One or the other.
Remember when Chucky went on the keto diet?
Yeah, he came back looking really in shape, but sickly at the same time.
Yeah, man, he looked like fucking. He went from like Carl Weezer to Sheen.
Yeah, he went on the Cracko diet.
Ultra Lord.
That's what the kids say to Chucky when they get there. Ultra Lord Chucky.
Oh god, I hate it.
But
Sorry.
it was fine. We were in the car and as we're pulling up to the place, like I'm driving and I'm all looking around at everybody who's walking around, it's just kids and moms and families. And I turn to my mom and Adrian and I'm just like, did y'all need me did I have to be present for this? But
Yes,
what I
no.
told you earlier this week, she was like, yes, you recorded every single day. I barely saw you this week. I made you, you're forced to come today.
She was right.
And at that time, and then when she said it, I was like, fuck. She's right. Because if I didn't come, that would be just another day where I spent no time with him.
True. And the funny thing is, like, it's not even funny. Like, what would you have done if you didn't go?
Nothing.
Yeah.
But I did
like,
something
I,
every day.
I get that, and that's like the allure of nothing, but at the same time, it's like, you would have been doing nothing, so it's like some family time over nothing. What's the better?
I'm obviously exaggerating somewhat.
I'm also a big hypocrite for saying that, because I literally was like, on Friday when you said you couldn't go to Microsoft, I'm like, shit, now I need to find an excuse to not go to family dinner. Fuck.
Did you go to family dinner?
I didn't, but it was funny because as I was getting home, they were leaving, and they were like, what the fuck? And I'm like, plans changed. Just go ahead without me. Just go. It's fine. We're blocking the street,
Pull
guys.
off, don't ask questions.
Exactly.
What if they just said no? Like, we'll wait for you.
I would have just went in the house and locked the door. Like, bro, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go out. Sorry. Well, these games, though. What was the one you posted?
I put Space Invaders Remix, which I never knew was a thing.
You, like, use, like, the shooty gun.
Yeah, it's a gun on
opposed
there.
to...
And they give you, like, two, like, crosshairs on there, and you can, like, shoot the aliens that come across the screen, obviously. But at first, I walked in there, again, almost interesting. I saw they had an arcade area in this Giggleberry Farms place. I'm like, all right, while Trenton's running around in the jungle gym place being a lunatic, I'm going to go in here.
Yeah.
And I went into the arcade, and I'm like, okay, these are very lackluster selection of games. Like, and I'm looking like, okay, do they have any, like, classics? But then, this episode is going to be called Almost Interesting. I see some classic games, look over, like, all right, what is, like, Pac-Man. I mean, it's like you couldn't even get, like, you couldn't get any Konami games, like Simpsons, Turtles, any of those in there.
Honestly, man, I'm going to say it now. I don't think Pac-Man's a good game. And I hate to say that, but like I don't understand the allure of Pac-Man.
It's like Pac-Man has the same allure that Tetris has.
But Tetris is at least fun to me for some reason, as opposed to Pac-Man.
Because Pac-Man's one of those games, like, it's tried and true. The mechanics are just easily recognizable immediately.
Yeah.
And it's pick up and play. Every age range can do it. That's the allure of Pac-Man. Whether you like it straight up is a different question, but I see why they have Pac-Man everywhere.
Yeah.
Because it's just unquestionable.
Yeah, no matter what, they're going to get money from that machine.
Pretty much. So then I saw Space Invaders Remix. Because every other game is like a phone app game that they made into an arcade game. I'm not playing Candy Crush at the arcade. I'm sorry. I'm not playing that.
I will admit, I like the one at Dave & Buster's, the ninja one.
Sushi? Is it called
Fruit
Sushi
Ninja?
Fruit Ninja.
That one I like.
Yeah.
Even though, like, I don't want to touch that screen right now, obviously.
Right.
But, like, when I used to go to Dave & Buster's a lot, that was when I was like, this is actually a good, like, update to, like, have it in this big form. But, yeah.
But they had Pac-Man, so why didn't they have Pac? They should have got the Pac-Man
the big boy
remix one. They got a newer Pac-Man game too.
It's like 4 players,
Pac-Man
right?
Championship or something like that. Yeah,
I've seen
one's
that
pretty
at Dave
fun.
& Buster's.
That one's pretty dope. But saw Space Invaders remix. So my mom had like an old, like with the card with the points on it, so you can play games. Because she took Trenton there before. She's like, well, I got his old card. He wasn't interested in going to the arcade. So here you have. So I took it and I went over there and I just spent all of it on Space Invaders Remix.
Did you get the high score?
Yes.
Nice.
Because I'm playing and playing and playing. Then the screen just like seizure-inducing screen just flashes like, you're like, amazing high score, 500 tickets. Jeez. And I'm thinking it's like an ad, like get this high score, you get 500. I'm like, oh shit. Next thing I know, the thing is just going up and up. I'm like, oh, I did it. So I'm just sitting there like, all right. But it's going up like 7 tickets at a time. Like it's just a counter.
Nice.
So just while this thing goes from 0 to 500.
I wish there was a video of that, dude.
Yeah, that shit is a video.
Like, Dad watches as his point racks up as he's bored as shit as the game is easy to him. And you're just like on your like arm, like holding yourself up on the console.
It did get to a point where I'm just like, I felt special at like 40-something tickets.
Almost special.
Yeah. And by the time it got to like 150 and I still had to get to 500, I'm like, all right, this music is annoying and the screen is going to send me into shock.
Jesus Christ. There's like kids walking by looking.
Exactly.
Just like seizures. Like you're just causing all the children to seize.
Sorry, kids. But
sorry, children. That's a high score,
Right.
bitch.
But it's hard to feel like a big man. You look around after that, it's less like 7-year-olds and older women. Like, all right, well, I don't feel cool around you guys for doing this. It's not like they're all going to be like, come over and be like, oh shit.
Yeah. Goddamn.
They're all dying immediately. And I'm just one-handing this game.
Yeah, no problem. High score again. Beat my own high score.
There was also a game with a monkey mascot called Pull My Finger.
Check out, go to our Discord, join our Discord. It's a link in our description of all of our podcasts and whatnot. Go look at the picture of this because it was terrible.
I didn't even see it in action. I just saw it. I wasn't going to spend money on it.
Rightfully so. Do not give that money.
I'm like, what are you kids playing these days? In my day, we didn't. We
had a joystick and that's all. Why would you put your finger to make it? It's just so weird.
It was very weird.
That's bad.
And then after that, we ate and we left. I spent like 4 or 5 hours at Peddler's Village, and I was happy to leave when we left.
Oh, 100%. You always are happy when you leave that place. And I hate to say that, but like it's just not a good time after 1 hour. 1 hour of that? Fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Good time? Okay. Leave after an hour. 2 hours, you're pushing it.
Man.
3, you're wanting to jump off of a cliff.
Like, it was one of those moments where, like, I felt like I was like, it was a Homer and Marge moment. I don't know, like, for people familiar with The Simpsons, but like, the first story we went into is just not a thrift store, but like a custom like clothes store. So Adrian and my mom were like, oh, look at this. And as soon as he walked through the door, I let out an audible like, oh.
This will be 40 minutes.
God, y'all didn't need me. I didn't need to be here for this. But ultimately, Trent had a good time. They had a good time. So in turn, I was happy that everyone had a good time.
Yeah. You were a happy Uber driver.
Pretty much.
That beat the high score at Space Invaders.
And they can't take that from me.
True.
Fast forward, Chris is at Peddler's Village dominating Space Invaders Remix.
Listen, man, I love Space Invaders. I've never played the remix, so I might have to take a little drive down. But as far as my games are concerned this week, I played a lot of new games. Not new in the sense of like they are new, but new games to me. Mm-hmm. Getting it out of the way first, obviously played Apex. Mm-hmm. If you've been paying attention to our Twitch and our YouTube, we've been streaming it a little bit more. It's been me, Ryan, and Lucas that have been playing. Thank you guys for playing along with us on Twitch. A little bit of Splitgate on the side once or twice this week. And that's like and then some Ghost of Tsushima, making my way through that. But then it gets to the new games, which one of them, I believe it was shown at the Sony event called Blood Hunt.
Now I feel bad because I told you to get that.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I don't think it's the game's fault, but I am mad in the sense that like it didn't go well, as you will hear. So pretty much it starts off with a tutorial. And I was having a good time in the tutorial. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, it's just to get it out of the way, third-person battle royale where you play as a vampire. You have amazing mobility, climb up any surface to the roof, jump really far, sliding, and then dying.
Whoa.
That's included, technically.
It's in the game.
You hit X because it's a PC game on Steam. Go try it out if you'd like to. Not that... My playthrough isn't what yours will be, probably. You could even play it soon.
I can.
So pretty much you hop in and it shows you like, oh, you can find like humans on the street and you can suck their blood. But make sure you don't do it.
I'm glad that sentence ended in blood. Go on.
Yeah. So you can suck their blood for like regular humans, I guess, to like heal up and just give yourself a little bit of a buff. But you want to do it where there's like no other humans around, because if there are, those humans will run away and cause a commotion, which will then have the other vampire teams know where you are.
That's a dope mechanic.
Yeah, which I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then it introduces the gunplay. There's different guns you can get. There's a melee weapon. So it's almost like Fortnite, where you have it's not Fortnite. It's more like Warzone technically then. But you have 2 guns that you can use, and then you also have a melee weapon that you can switch to with 3. There's like fireman's axe, and there's like dual swords and shit. So lots of options, obviously. After I got done with the tutorial, I was like, okay, I'm on board with this already. I haven't even played against people yet. Then you make your character. You have to choose like a type. There's like 6 different vampire types with each of their own different abilities. Like one like turns into a gas and like becomes invisible, so you can't be attacked, so you can get away. One like jumps really far with his ability, and then another one's just like a brute, so he has like punching or some shit like that. Lots of things. So I go to load into a game. This is the game that I need to buy a keyboard for because you have to press F1 to ready. Couldn't do that, so I had to change my key bindings. But so I load in. I pick my character after making myself look like the most hip barista in the world.
Nice.
And I'm just sitting there for like 5-10 minutes, and I can like, I'm like hearing shit happen. Like I'm hearing like running around and like people screaming because like, you know, it's like in a city and whatnot. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like, why am I not like in the game yet? And then it loads me in, and I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. And right as I start moving, I just immediately get shot and killed. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
Turns out I was there the whole time in the game. My loading screen just never went away of like my character waiting to get in. So I was like, okay, that's weird. So I do it again. Same thing happens. I'm like, okay, that's really fucking annoying. Third time I switched into the squads mode where it's a team of 3. Did the same exact thing. And I was like, okay, this is some bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
something's up.
Something's up. It's either my internet or the game. It is an alpha, so like if it is the actual game, then there's that. But also at the same time, there are people playing, obviously, so maybe it is my internet or whatever. But I was just like, you know what? No. Not playing it. I'll give it a week. I'll give it a week's time to like sort through its issues, get a couple of the kinks out in this alpha, and then maybe I'll hop back in. So I uninstalled it just to get it off my fucking computer. Then I hopped on to PlayStation for the new PlayStation games.
Right.
Picked up Predator Hunting Grounds. Holy shit, is this game bad?
Now, this is what I wanted to hear. I knew about Blood Hunt.
Yeah.
Me and you talked about that. You told me how you had a horrible time with Predator.
Dude.
So I'm interested to hear the details.
So, same thing with this game. Starts you off in tutorial, and you're playing as the Predator. The movement in this game is god awful. Like is
it similar to anything that I would know of?
Like a literal, it feels like PS2 God of War movement. It's fucking terrible. And like the main like mechanics are like you can run around. You're stomping because you're a heavy alien, I guess. Like the predator species is just like very heavy. So whenever you run, your feet are like doosh, doosh, doosh. So like they can hear you coming. You have your ability to go invisible and shit, but you also have the ability to climb up into a tree and like be like stalking. And the thing that was annoying about that is that it has like pre-built animations for like all of the trees. So like you can like go. It reminded me of the Disney Tarzan movie, like where like the feet thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like son of man shoes the sky, and like that shit. And I'm like fucking like Predator, you know?
Do that again.
Why?
I just want to hear it. Don't want to hear it again.
I mean, you could hear it.
It's not just like the movement you did with it.
It's the feet.
I'm sorry. All right, go on.
What's the end of the song? How does it go? It's like shadow man, and then he turns around like with his ass like. Then that part of the movie. So that's a thing that happens.
Oh, that was good.
But the fucking camera, dude. And this is a moment in history. The second game to ever give me motion sickness. I fucking was like, oh god, I gotta walk away. And this is funny because Ryan's also played tutorial as well because we wanted to play together. I'm like, dude, that just gave me the worst motion sickness ever. And he's like, dude, I didn't feel it myself. So I go to the settings. I'm like, maybe I'll turn off motion blur. There are no visual settings to turn off or on except for gamma. That's the only thing you can change.
That's weird to me.
Yeah, there's no like settings for the closed captions. There's no settings for color blindness, which another thing is very annoying about this is that the Predator has the vision, the heat vision thing. Why would you not have a colorblind setting for a thing that's very based around colors?
Yeah.
Like that's so fucking stupid. This game's been out for how long now?
Right.
So whatever. Moving past that, join up with Ryan to go into an actual game. It takes like 15 fucking minutes to load us.
To load in?
To load in. Because like it keeps looking for players because nobody's fucking playing this garbage piece of shit. And it keeps like loading, trying to find a player. Finally get one. We load in and here's the thing. The tutorial only shows you how to play the Predator. So now we're in as humans because the humans are in this thing for the predator hunting ground. What I didn't know is that this is like, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like Back 4 Blood and like what's the game that was based off of? I forget.
Oh, on Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead. It's like that where you have a squad of like 4 to 5 people. You have a mission to go do something, go find something. You start a computer and then like a time goes off and there's all these AI people with guns that are coming to like take you out while you're in this forest, and it's all based around drugs, like, you know, like some bullshit, like go find the drugs and bust the drugs and then burn the drugs and then, and then
80s.
escape. And the whole entire thing is like you're doing this, and while you're doing this, the predator is hunting you. But we played one game, we did not see the predator one time.
The terrible predator.
We literally get through the whole thing. I had like 40 to 30 kills of like the AI people. Ryan was also killing people like crazy. I'm using like a sniper and like quick scoping people because it's like literally like PlayStation 1 Call of Duty feeling. Like imagine Call of Duty but on the PlayStation 1. That's how bad it felt. And then we get to the end and I see the helicopter come in and the ropes drop. I'm like, that was it? And Ryan's like, yep, that was it. Go up on the fucking ropes, and then it shows a cinematic of the predator like, and like yelling that we got away.
It seems very unsatisfying. Like, even though you won, it doesn't sound like it felt like you were happy about it.
Well, here's the thing. I was happy about it for one specific reason. I am so happy I did not spend money on this fucking garbage can.
Of course.
Because I know Ryan was looking forward to this game, because Predator is a very cool movie series.
Yeah.
And it's an actual cool franchise.
It's a classic franchise.
And I wanted this game to be good. No, terrible. There's like loot boxes in it for your like you can make your Predator to be like whatever you want it to be, but like you also can't at all, because you get loot boxes and you open them. Like I got a rare red item, which is like the rarest.
Yeah.
But it was for the level 100 Predator that you have to unlock too. So like I have a mask for that guy once I get to a level 100. But here's the beauty of it. I uninstalled it after one game.
That won't get you to 100, Chris.
Yeah. I will not play that game again, which is also funny because one of our cousins who hardly messages... You ever have one of those cousins where it's like, you're talking to like amongst your group, and then one will just be like, oh, hey guys, like 8 fucking days later to the conversation?
Yes.
So that's him. Hey, Kyle, if you're listening, don't know if you are.
This is the second time.
Yeah. If Alex is listening, he'll laugh his ass off. He's the one who used to listen a lot, but I don't know if he does anymore. But like, he's like, hey, I saw you guys were playing Predator Hunting Grounds. I'm like, you don't answer us ever. And then the one time we play a garbage game, he's like, let me know when you guys get back on. I'm like, I uninstalled it. It's bad. He's like, it's like a good PS2 game. I'm like, no, it's like a terrible PS2 game.
Predator Hunting Grounds, this is love language.
Yeah. It's bad, dude.
Okay, wait. So, how did Ryan feel about it?
Same way.
Oh, okay.
Which was interesting to me because we kind of like vary in opinions when it comes to like games and shit.
That's what made me ask.
Because like right now he's having a lot of fun with Apex because here's the thing: when he plays by himself, and when he's playing by himself, he's getting in lobbies where it really doesn't matter if he wins or loses because his team is either going to be good, average, or shit, and that's the way it is.
Right.
For some reason, whenever I play Apex now, my team is always shit when I solo queue, no matter when. And then when I play with friends, like I'm having a good time with them and like being on the mic and whatnot. But then we get put up against like hackers or people that are just like literally sweat monsters and like hitting. Like this one dude killed me in 2 shots with a light weapon with 2 headshots, just like bang bang. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Didn't want to play anyway. And I'm just not having a good time because I'm like, I want to like do well with like friends and like have like a fucking good game, but we can't because of the hackers and other stuff. But
right.
Yeah, we both did not like Predator Hunting Grounds at all.
Damn.
Yeah.
Poor Predator.
No,
poor you.
Not anymore because I also went in the character customization and apparently, you know, like I sent you the picture of this, the dreadlocks that are on the back of the Predator. They're not called dreadlocks. They're called predlocks.
Terrible. Now, when he sent me this, I was just laughing that you could customize dreads.
You could have them thick or thin. That was your options.
And I'm laughing at that. But then after you sent the follow-up message about
like, look at the name
Preds,
of it.
I did the pinch dot zoomed in. I was like, oh. I was like, oh, well, I hate everything now. This is enough for me to never touch this game.
100%. Yeah. So here's the thing. It's free for this month. Add it to your library. Test it out if you want to. But God it sucks and it's not a good time. I want to try out Hitman 2, definitely, because I've never played a Hitman game. So that is one that I will try out probably sometime this week. And then the Overcooked one, I think that's like the most recent Overcooked, maybe. I could be wrong.
I think so.
But I've never played an Overcooked besides when we played. So
yeah, that's the only one I ever played.
Actually, no, I played once at Anna's place. That's when I did the thing with the fire extinguisher for the first time. I was like, okay, well, we're fucking fucked. And then I just start spinning. But, yeah, GG's. So that's what we played this week.
That is what we played.
As far as content, you said you've been watching a lot of computer videos. Have you watched anything else besides that? Like movies, TV shows, anything?
Yes, surprisingly.
Hell yeah.
Now, I've never seen all the Harry Potters.
They're not that good.
Well, you know, they're super mega popular, but Adrian's a huge Harry Potter fan.
Okay.
So I've been starting Harry Potter with them.
Okay.
She wanted to put Trenton onto it, so we watched the first one, and then we turned on the second one, and we watched. Friday night, we turned on the first one with Trenton. He fell asleep on it. She fell asleep on it.
So.
Then she fell asleep like 75% of the way through, and then I'm just by 3/4 in, I'm just like, well, I'm invested now, so I'm watching it. Finished it.
They're playing chess now. Harry, it can't be you.
Harry Potter. Parry Otter.
It's not me. It's not Hermione. It's you, Harry. Chess.
Harry.
Harry.
But
Chocolate frogs. Oi.
Oi, indeed. So they said a lot of oi.
Oi, oi, mate.
Who are they at this point?
It's like fucking Crocodile Hunter.
Exactly.
Oi, mate, look at that.
It's just Harry
at that
Potter
griffin.
with a broomstick and a giant knife.
Now that's not a broom. This is a broom. Just riding a fucking machete.
Running into other students.
Joe, it just like slides over top of Malfoy, just like cuts him in half, Predator style. Take that, you bitch.
They need to let you write the reboot of Harry Potter.
It would be a lot better because I wouldn't include the character of
rated
Harry
R.
Potter.
It would be rated R for sure.
Yeah.
But so they all fell asleep. I finished it, and I was super tired. Like I started kind of nodding off in the beginning, then I kind of like perked back up once I got into it, which ironically was the same night that after that went off, I was up again I continued my night watching PC videos till 3 a.m. She turned over. She's like, "You're still up?" I'm like, "I know. I'm sorry. I just gotta. I need to
figure it out.
Need to figure this out." But anyway, so then after we left Peddler's Village on Saturday, we came home, ate, turned on the second one.
Okay.
So I watched all the second one. Started the third one, but I actually was like slowly dying after the night before, and then walking around all day, and then trying to watch a third Harry Potter movie after we finished the second one. I couldn't get past like the beginning. I was falling asleep.
So, yeah.
So that's really it.
All right.
And then today I watched more PC videos, even though I already ordered it.
I actually just last night started a new series called Heels. It's a Stars show about wrestling. You know Stephen Amell, the guy who played Arrow on the CW show?
I know that show.
Yeah.
He is the guy?
Yeah, he was
okay,
the
then
guy.
yes, I know of
so
him. Yes.
he's in this show, and it's like about like a small town wrestling company where like the whole community comes like every weekend to see the shows and shit and see the stories. And it's really fucking good, dude. Like, it's on Stars, so, there's every once in a while you get, like, a titty or two because, sex scenes.
Hey,
and, like, it's just a really fucking good storytelling. I can't hype it up enough. Like, the first episode, I was watching, I'm like, this pacing is, like, perfect. Like, it's, like, an hour long, but, like, it doesn't feel like an hour. And then when it's over, you're like, no.
I want more.
Like, that was 30 minutes, and then you're like, oh, it was an hour. Holy fuck. And, like, I think if you, like, I highly recommend it. Anyone who's a wrestling fan, definitely watch it. Or if you just like good TV, watch it. Episode 3 is the one that, like, I was like, oh, fuck. Because it dives into, like, mental, like, health issues and, like, like, some shit with, like, family and whatnot. Some, like, religious stuff, kind of, not really. I'm not into that stuff about it, but, like, it's there. And then the alcoholism and, like, a bunch of other stuff. And I'm like,
nice.
This is really weirdly good. And episode 3 is actually funny. While the intro was like very shocking and pulls you in, it actually had a cameo from CM Punk.
Okay.
So before he came back to wrestling for AEW, he was doing this show, and his character on the show was Ricky Rabies, because it was like a very campy character. And it's him, his valet, and his son, and he's got like fur pelts all over him, and he's coming out looking crazy with like a giant mullet. They actually use makeup to cover all his tattoos and shit.
Oh shit.
And his gimmick, like, his valet is cooking up blood for the match, because like normally he's blood capsules or something. He's like, well, we don't do that here. It's like a nice small town, kids come. He's like, well, no, it's not like that. Like, and he like give it. It's more like an action blood. Like, you know, it's nothing crazy. And entrances happen. Fucking Ricky Rabies comes out like freaking out. Oh yeah. The son is piloting a drone that is a possum that has been what's the word? Where you stuff an animal?
Fuck.
I was thinking cauterized, but that's what you do to a wound with fire.
You do that to a wood.
Stuffed. Let's just say stuffed. Fuck it. So it's a stuffed possum, like
taxidermy.
Taxidermy possum. Yes, there you go. In the shape of a quadcopter, like the limbs are out, and then the head's from the middle where the camera is.
Yeah,
and
I'm about to taxidermy the dog in a second if you don't stop barking.
And put it as a quadcopter. Coming to Micro Center soon. They
chill,
fly it around the whole entire fucking like dome, and like the guy who's in the ring's like, you know, acting it up and shit, and then it flies right in his face, and then just sprays blood at his face from the mouth.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is so good. Like, this is fucking awesome.
It's called Heels?
It's called Heels, yeah.
Right.
It's very, very good. Highly recommend it. There's 4 episodes out right now on Stars, so it's a good time. Even just the first episode itself really sells you on it, in my opinion. I watched it till 3 a.m. last night. Like, I caught up because I was like, this is just too fucking good. I need to see all of it. But now I'm on the weekly, which sucks because I hate that. I hate watching shows weekly. I want to binge. I just want to see it all.
Yeah.
But here we are. Yeah, that's what I've been watching this week.
Cool.
Now, moving into the news segment. So the news segment is pretty much primarily going to be about the PlayStation showcase that happened this week, which was a solid 12 out of 10.
It was. If we can score it fairly, it was a 12 out of 10.
My God, did they come out swinging?
They lured you right into it. It was kind of not. I wasn't slow in the beginning. Like, oh, that's fine. That's cool. That's nice.
It was a lot of cool stuff into like, oh my God,
it just
and then just bust.
They just give you a full-on orgasm by the end.
100%. You could see it on our live stream recap, and by recap I mean the actual live stream.
Yes.
But yes, let me get the actual list of what was ordered. PlayStation Showcase. So, pretty much everything. Let's use a good old source of Eurogamer. But so the first thing we got made me very hype. The Star Wars remake of Knights of the Old Republic.
Right, I remember that.
Yes, that was the first thing that we got, I believe, because it said Lucasfilm, and you saw it early because. For some reason
we had to get in tune with each other's video.
It was funny because I went to Haptic Stream like afterwards just to like give them a watch, and theirs was the same way for some reason. I'm like, dude, this just always fucking happens no matter who you are. But yeah, dude, it was just like a nice little small cinematic of Darth Revan, who's a very cool Star Wars character that really has only been in the games and I think some comics. We've never seen him in any movies. So it's going to be a really good time to see that world and that like time period get brought back up in Star Wars. Because right now we're in a lull of Star Wars. Like, there's no movies. The shows are all like not coming out till like the end of this year.
I was about to say, when does Mando come back?
Mando, I don't think comes back for a while. The next one is Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, okay.
So Book of Boba Fett's next, and then after that is Mando.
When's that? That anime.
That's
different
soon.
Stories. It's like a Love, Death, and Robots-esque type show. Love, Sex,
Visions.
and Robots. I mean,
Star Wars Visions. Yeah, that's soon. I think next month or the month after.
I want to watch that.
Yeah,
that looks
I don't know if
fire.
that's canon though. To be fair, like to the universe itself, I think it should be. In my opinion, I think that'd be a cool thing to like have all these stories be actually things that happened in the Star Wars universe that just are, because it's a galaxy. Like, there's so many areas in the galaxy we haven't seen in the movies and shit. And like, why wouldn't you make these canon, you know, and like make it like accurate? But I digress. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. I've actually never played Knights of the Old Republic, so
Neither have I.
this is my chance to do that, and I'm always down for some new Star Wars. After that, we got Project Eve, which I called Bayonetta like a noob.
It's a shiny butt game, shiny butt action game.
Yeah, there was a lot of butt shots, and I was like, "Sir, we get what you're doing here."
But the action looks craziness.
Action was
dope.
crazy.
It looks dope as hell.
The monster designs, dude. Those monsters were like almost Dark Soulsy, but like better in my opinion. It was more anime-esque.
It looks like Bayonetta, just turned up. Like crazy Bayonetta. Even though Bayonetta 3 is coming out, so I'm sure Nintendo might have saw this and been like, "Shit, we can't reach those graphics."
True. But yeah, I very much am excited for that one. I don't know if I'll play the Project Eve game. I like the way it looks, but I don't know if it's one of my type of games because it looks very Dark Souls-esque, where it's like, you know, hit and then dodge and then dodge and then hit. Like, it's not like one of those just hack and slash ones, you know, that I'm more a fan of.
The movement and the action, like I would hope it's more just a straight up action game, because then I'm interested. On top, I want to see how it reviews, obviously,
100%.
But from just looking at it, it looks like something I would play.
Oh god, I hit a button. Apologies.
Not a button.
The PlayStation chunk.
Hey, that's fine.
After that, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. We got some gameplay and a little bit of a look of cinematics as well. I'm very much digging on it. I'm assuming if it's anything like previous Borderlands, it's kind of an open world, not really like little sectors and whatnot that are open.
They probably got like biomes you go to and
Exactly.
take over and stuff.
And all the characters are like magic users type looking things, and you got all your different guns, tons of guns probably as well, because that's the thing with Borderlands is you can just get a ton of fucking guns. The maps themselves look really cool. There's like different, like, it almost looks like homemade, like, I don't know how to explain it, like diorama pieces that have been blown up into the real world that is this role play, because you're technically playing a D&D game, but you're the character.
You're acting as the character.
You're like almost like the miniature in the game somewhat, so it's pretty cool. Always love seeing Tiny Tina in general because she's one of the best characters in that game. Just like a little girl that's got a potty mouth and really insane in this post-apocalyptic world.
Those kind of characters are always fun.
She's a good time. But yeah, I like it. I really, really, really want to play this game. The gameplay made it seem very fun. And
that comes out before the end of the year, right?
I believe so. I can hit
Was
the
it
button.
November? Was it something like that?
March 25th, 2022.
Never mind.
So it's a little bit later next year. 3 months in, which isn't that bad.
Yeah,
so,
first quarter.
Yeah, coming in pretty fucking soon. Next. Forspoken.
This another game that I'm like, I'll take it.
100%. This looks like my kind of game.
It's fun. When she was firing off the shit, the magic, like it was like a machine gun or some shit. It was great.
I like it a lot because it almost seems like third-person shooter, but with magic and like trap-based spells where like you set up something in the ground and like lure your enemies, and then when they walk over it explodes or some shit. But like insane, looks good. We got a little bit more of what the story itself is with like the bracelet or whatever she's got on. Like has like a AI almost like Jarvis talking to her, and she's like fish out of water. Like, why am I in this world type thing. So I very much dig this. I
just like the look too.
Oh yeah,
like it looks dark, but at the same time there was like bursts of color when it needed to be, like brightness, and it looked like there's a lot in the world.
Yeah,
it makes it interesting.
It's not just like Breath of the Wild where it's like this is a green pasture. It's like there are dark areas and there's like well, I mean, to be fair, Breath of the Wild has a big map. I don't know why I use that as an example. There's like snowy places and then there's hot places. You get what I'm saying?
Places.
Yeah. I guess. But yeah, Forspoken looks dope. That comes out 2022 as well, I believe.
Also, I was reading up the Tokyo Game Show. I forgot the exact date of that. I gotta look it up. But they're Forspoken heads up the Square Enix Tokyo Game Show, so we're going to see more of that
Dope.
soon. There was another Forspoken thing I saw recently. 1 second.
Yeah, and that is spring 2022, so around this time next year. So
Yeah.
still a bit away, so we have some time for it to like grow. But from what we saw, it looks very polished already. So
Super polished.
I'm already like, yeah, this game is not one of those. Watch me come back a month from now, but like, I don't think this is a game that gets pushed back like other games that have been getting pushed back. Because this looks like it's. I would say it's almost like if they needed to, they could put it out now. Like from what they showed,
From what it looks like.
like it's 100%.
Oh, there it is.
Ready
This
to
is
go.
what made me even more interested. Star Wars writer and Uncharted director are the people who came up with the concept for Forspoken.
I dig that a lot.
So the people behind this game make me way more interested in this game.
100%. Yeah. So Forspoken next year, 2022, springtime. So next after the Forspoken, we got some more Rainbow Six Extraction. I'm kind of tired of seeing stuff for this already.
It's to the point now where you're not showing me anything different.
Yeah, there's
than what
nothing
we've seen.
new.
Right.
It's the same shit.
It's like I'm interested. Keep me interested by not telling me anything
Yeah.
until it's ready to come out.
It's one of those things where it's like I get why they put it in the show because like you want to keep reminding people that it's coming. It's January, I think, next year. So
Because I got pushed again. It was supposed to be what? I think it was supposed to be November, something like that.
So I get why you're showing it, but it's also like you didn't show anything new. It was just like different camera movements. So I'm like, I already seen this stuff. It's fine. I get it, but like,
Right.
I know I'm pre-ordering this. I know I want to play this game. I know I want to buy this game. So you got me. You got me with the whole. They did a whole event based around it. Like they did a whole show.
Right.
So it's like you don't need to keep showing me trailers, in my opinion. But I do appreciate more because it was good. After that, it was revealed prior to the show by Remedy, but it was shown at the show as well that Alan Wake is getting a remaster, and that is coming very, very soon, I believe. Let me see if I can find the date for it. Oops. October
Soon.
5th.
Yeah, super soon.
Yeah. I was very shocked by that because I feel like the rumors that it was getting remastered was like a week before the event is when the rumors came out. Then the day before the event, it dropped saying, yes, this is official, it's coming. And then it's coming on the 5th of October.
Nuts.
Yeah. Like,
I did not expect it to be that quick of a turnaround.
it's very good timing for spooky time. So maybe we play that for the content of the channel. I've always wanted to try those games out.
down.
So, and we'll be able to do that in beautiful quality coming soon
Yep.
to a basement near you. But yeah, it
Wherever
looks
you
really
live.
good. I wasn't a huge fan of the retexturing. I thought the dude kind of looked a little weird.
It doesn't
like-
look like they.
Yeah.
And this isn't to knock it. This is just from what we saw in the PlayStation event. It doesn't look that different.
Yeah.
It looks, maybe it's a little cleaner. It probably has better fidelity, like when you move around and stuff. But it looks like what you remember.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. It's just a remaster, so it just makes it look better than what previously it was. And obviously it does. It's just not as much as I expected for coming to like current gen consoles.
Right.
So I'm not mad at it. I want to play the fuck out of it, and we will. So yeah. After that, another one where we're like, stop showing us this, just fucking give us it. Grand Theft Auto 5. What in the fuck?
Yo, did you see that? There was the actual backlash.
Yeah, 100%.
People were like, "Okay, man, like we don't care. We don't need
Nobody
it. We don't
cares.
know."
Literally, like, and it was funny because I was kind of humble bragging on the stream, but not in a like, oh, you look at me. More like I just am glad that I didn't spend money on this game. I've still never purchased GTA 5. Never played the campaign, never played the online, never played anything of it because I was just like, I will wait until this is free because I don't want to play this game. And then all the DLC that just kept coming and coming.
It was free at one point.
Yeah, but I didn't get it because fuck it. But yeah, they just pretty much gave us a more direct date, I guess. It's coming in 2022 now. I forget what the specific date was. They did March in 2022.
That's the only part of it I'm mad at. Like, wasn't this? Y'all did a whole thing about how this was going to come out with the PS5. It was like a launch thing. It was like an incentive to get the system at launch because
Which
this
is
comes
weird.
in.
It's almost like, ironically, it's almost like how Xbox had Halo as their incentive at the start.
Yeah.
But Halo was more direct to Xbox, at least. You can still play GTA 5 everywhere.
Right.
But it coming to PS5 for free, you get a bunch of extra free stuff for online and whatnot. Like, they didn't even mention that.
You would get it, and you would get extra bonuses for getting the PS5 immediately and having it.
But here we are. We still don't have it, and it's been way too long and still longer to wait.
It's like almost a year and a half after they said we would have it.
Yeah. And I probably won't even download it to my console, if I'm being honest. Because storage right now is getting pretty slim.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't think anyone really gives a shit. But here we are. After that, we got a really cool trailer for a game that I haven't seen much about personally, but Ghostwire Tokyo. Mm-hmm. Some cool stuff, like a slightly kind of like a beat 'em up, almost.
I couldn't tell what kind of game it was, to tell you the truth. Like, I'm watching it, I'm just like, I need to see actual gameplay, not clips, flashes of gameplay. Yeah. I want to see somebody like starting a game of this.
Like it's like a first person, like magic using, like
horror, everything. Yeah. It's like everything at once. I'm like, what is it?
Cyberpunk-ish, kind of, not really, but I don't know. All I know is I'm interested. That is also a Spring 22 game, so a decent bit away. Right. If I had to choose between this and Forspoken, though, it's Forspoken. No offense to these guys.
Clearly.
But if I have to choose because my wallet is crying, it's 100% Forspoken. No offense. Moving on, we saw some more Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. The thing that interested me the most about Guardians of the Galaxy was that it's showing us that the galaxy is a lot bigger in this game than we thought, and how it's not more about like just one character being the big bad. It looks like there's a ton of big bads that can happen in your story, and maybe it's just a big ass game that we don't even know about.
If that's the case, then that speaks well for the replayability of this game. Yeah. You can probably play it through so many different ways.
100%. I'm curious to see how much your choices matter. Like, I understand that the choices are a thing in the game, but I want to see like actual like issues that happen when you make choices. Like, what happens if I make this choice that will affect the end of my game? Is there going to be multiple endings? Right. Am I going to lose members from the team? Are people going to die, or like whatever? Are we going to gain more members on the team? Like, we don't.
True.
I want to see what the decisions make sense in this world and how much it can be pushed. Mm-hmm. That being said, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I think it's going to be like just like a normal fucking adventure superhero game. Too. But
if I can give this thing one critique, because we're both going to get this game.
Yeah, 100%.
We've talked about it, how much we want to play this game. If there's one thing I could say about this game that's like I feel like for a next gen game, I feel like the graphics could look better.
Yeah,
it looks kind of like choppy in places.
I will say I don't like how Peter looks. I think every other character looks better than him.
Yeah.
Like, his hair kind of looks weird.
There's a lot of like rough textures on like the edges of everything.
Yeah. It does come out very, very soon as well, though. October 26th, I believe that is. In this year, so.
October is a fucking monster.
The end of this year in general is just like games. And then next year it's the same way almost with like Forspoken and then Ghostwire Tokyo as well.
There's something, I forgot what game, maybe it's in this list. Something comes out in January. Like, it starts out, it just never lets up until like the middle of the spring.
There was one that was in January. I forget what it was. Something that got pushed back, I believe, but I could be wrong. Tell us in the comments.
Yeah,
because we don't remember.
It's something.
What we said.
I don't remember what it is.
But Guardians comes very soon, and it looks great. After that, we got the announcement for Blood Hunt, which, as you could tell from if you've listened to the podcast, I played it this week and didn't have a great time. It is on PC in early access, and it will be coming to console later. I'm curious how it runs on console. I'd rather play it on console.
I tried to get this game and didn't realize it was only on Steam. I tried to get it on console.
Right now in the alpha, if you want to try it out, go for it. If you have a PC that you think can handle it. I had to like fuck with my settings crazy to like lower shit. There is an article you can find online to make it run a lot smoother. I used that to like drop a bunch of specific settings because there's some that are just like really weird. Like some DC 3.3 or whatever. I don't know what the fuck that means. And it didn't, like, normally when you hover over it, it'll, like, give you a description of what it is. Didn't do that. So I'm like, okay.
Well, Chris, as the tech guy now, let me inform you that I also have no idea what the fuck that means.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm really sad that I don't know this now. I am not the tech guy at all anymore.
I saw some of that stuff while looking at tech stuff, but I couldn't.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I couldn't say it back. I have no idea.
But other than that, right after that announcement, we got some more Deathloop stuff, which is due out this coming week, which, what is today's date?
The 12th.
So it's actually out right now when this podcast came out.
God.
Yeah. It is out on Tuesday, the 14th. So if you haven't gotten it yet, go fucking get it because Jesus Christ, it's been a long time coming.
I want
the tables
this game
have turned around.
to come out more. I want to play it, but I just want the trailers to stop.
Stop the trailers, please. No more trailers.
Just put it out now.
Yeah. That's going to be Extraction in like a month. Just wait.
Yeah, it will be.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. I will be playing it. Maybe we'll play it on Twitch a little bit.
I'm down.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. So keep an eye out on our socials. If we already streamed it, we already did. If not, then maybe we do this weekend. We have options now. Maybe we play it next week when we're together and we have a way to do it.
Yes. I know you've been missing the gameplay lately.
Yeah.
At the clip that we were giving it to you, but it's on its
way.
worth the wait.
And it will be quicker now too. Because
Yes.
I can teach Ant how to make a video, which is very simple. Because all you do is be like, oh yeah, that goes there, that goes here. Maybe a meme there. That's it. Render, go.
Okay, I'm down.
But here we go.
Add that
We
to
have
my arsenal.
Anyway.
Cocked his arms.
After that, what was after that? There was like some weird fucking like art installation thing.
Yeah.
From Kid A/Amnesiac. That's what it said. It's presented by Radiohead, the band, and Epic, which fuck you, Epic. Which we'll get to that. That's another news story about
Epic and Apple.
Epic and Apple. We'll get to that in a second. But that's coming to PS5 and PC and Mac via the Epic Game Store in November 2021.
That's where you want it.
Yeah, right? We got a use for your Mac now.
I've become you. It's crazy now. Now
I mean,
I'm on the other end.
That's the
I'm
thing.
on the other end of it now, like Max.
Fuck them.
Look. If you're just recording audio and you're just doing like photo editing, even if you're just editing things, Macs are great. Media, it's all good. If you're trying to stream or play anything, Mac is not it.
But the crazy part is you can stream and play stuff on a PC, and then you could also do all the same shit you do on a Mac with photo editing and video editing, just the same. If not better, because of the processing power behind it.
Well,
And that's the shitty part.
yeah.
Like, it's just the tool for the job. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah.
It's not a bad tool. It's just a tool for a specific job that we are not doing. Technically, we're not making pictures. We should just become a photography.
We're not making pictures. This is the 1940s,
These are the moving
kid.
pictures, don't you know, with the sounds and stuff. It's not one of those silent boys. I don't know what the fuck you would refer to them. After that,
It's a non-talkie.
it's a non-talkie is a silent film.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
We're not making silent films.
I thought we were talking. I don't know. You just said the silent voice.
It's not one of the silent boys, is what I said. It would have been a talkie.
Next.
Next is Tachia.
What?
Tachia, the kitty.
Oh yeah. The
And I say that in a not derogatory way because I actually like the way this looked, to be honest. It was a nice change of pace from the violence, guns, vampires, blood into this where it was like
where the little girl possessed was a crab or something like that.
she like has like a fucking eye that she can like look at animals and then become them and explore this island. I assume there's some sort of objectives that happen on the island or whatever.
Gotta be.
But it looks like just like an open world type. Oh, I want to swim deeper in the ocean. Let me take control of this turtle and become a turtle. And then you can go
As you
deeper.
do.
And then I don't know why you would want to become the crab per se, but here we are.
I'm sure there's a reason in that game you want to become the crab.
You become a crab and do things on the sand, whatever, and whatnot. And then you can also take control of a bird and fly. You also have like a
Take control of the bird.
fucking Breath of the Wild paraglider to jump off if you're just the child still.
You gotta feel good if you're the creators of Zelda who made Breath of the Wild and you see every game come out with a paraglider when you jump off of something.
But yeah, it's like an adventure game. So it comes out PS4, PS5, Epic Games Store in 2022. I'm not opposed to playing this game. It definitely feels like more of like a kid-focused game because it veers away from what we've been getting a lot when it comes to PlayStation games in general. It seems almost like a Bug Snacks without the actual story of Bug Snacks.
Uber creepiness.
The creepiness, and then also like there was a lot of like story hints that were like very serious. Like there was some stuff about like actual like love who you want to love, like gay stories, and there was also like there was some other shit too. There was like some dark tones in Bug Snacks. I don't feel like this is gonna have any sort of like game changing like commentary on the world or some shit.
End of the game, the
crabs should be able to fuck seagulls. Yes, like no, we're not getting that.
The rest of this game will be rated MA. Just crab like
music.
We are the crabs. And now you have crabs.
That's our what we played this week song now. After that, we got an announcement of the Legacy of Thieves collection from Uncharted, which is a remastered for PlayStation 5 consoles and PC, which is the interesting part that they're bringing Uncharted over to PC now. That's coming early 2022. I think it comes with 2 games, Uncharted 4, which I've played and love it. If you haven't played it, go check it out. And Lost Legacy. Haven't played, will play with this. So I will definitely be picking this up. So Uncharted is an interesting game series. There's a movie being made right now with it. So it looks like, I don't know if we're going to get a new game. I feel like we need a new game of Uncharted, but at the same time,
you know
they
what
definitely
I could see them
ended
doing?
it.
I could see them pulling a Last of Us and remaking Uncharted and changing the character models, et cetera, et cetera. Bring Holland back from this after they redid Spider-Man.
Yeah, but yeah, it's cool. I might pick it up. I'm not like overly in love with the Uncharted franchise. I feel like it's like bootleg Indiana Jones, which
I hope it's cheap.
Yeah.
Only because I already bought the collection when they did it for PS4. So it's like now to get it again for PS5.
Yes, sir. But next we got a very big surprise announcement. So we saw the Insomniac logo, and I was already freaking out. And I'm gonna have to make clips of the stream because like there's like some solid reactions from both of us from some of these games. So we got Insomniac, then they showed Marvel, and then there's just like this scene of a bar, and there's just people bloodied and battered all over the place.
And keep the I'm sure you all thought this, but keep in mind that before they even show anything, when you just see Insomniac and you see Marvel, like, here we go.
So Spider-Man. Like, I'm immediately freaking out, like, oh, it's Spider-Man, hell yeah. And then I see that, and I'm like, this is not Spider-Man. And then I see the cowboy hat, and that's
you
when
already knew at that
when
point.
I knew when I saw the cowboy hat, which is the crazy part, because I just was like, oh yeah, Wolverine, like straight away. And in my head, I was like, this is an X-Men game, but it's fine that it's not. And then
it can become a series later.
It will be 100%. But guy stands up with a knife, and then we get the thing up close and personal with the hand. We get the schnicked. Oh baby!
I'm still like when I just think about it, I'm like that was.
It was so good, man.
So good.
It looks like this is going to be like a more violent game.
I already read that this is going to be it's going to be a mature game.
Good. Which is also, I'm almost curious. We'll get to it in a second. I'm almost curious if Spider-Man might be rated M with Venom, and we'll get to that in a second.
I don't think so because I think Spider-Man. Sorry, we'll get to it in a second.
Yeah,
but Spider-Man is Spider-Man.
It is, but I feel like with this one, you need to go slightly darker with Venom, at least to the point where it's like in between PG-13 and M. Like it needs to be like on that line.
But I feel like they can't make it higher than teen because Spider-Man is so synonymous. Like we're like
with kids. Yeah.
He's the all-around like Marvel. Yeah. Like Wolverine he lends himself to being rated mature.
Yeah.
They even gave him Logan like the movie. Like they're not going. I feel like they're not going to put Spider-Man. They're only going to make him so dark.
Spin-off Venom game.
All right, well that's different.
In the future, but we'll get there. So Wolverine game, no date. I don't believe.
No date.
It was just like it's coming. I think I said on stream that I'm guessing 25 or 24, like one of those two.
It's either late 24 or it's 25.
Yeah, one of those two. So keep an eye out for that. So next, after the amazing showing of Wolverine and the shock surprise of that. We got a little bit of Gran Turismo, and when I say a little bit, I mean way too fucking much. It actually kind of pissed me off a little bit, if I'm being honest, because like I get why you did it as Sony, because you just showed a holy shit trailer of Wolverine. Got you. So you need a fucking palette refresh of like, this is like when you go to like the perfume store and they have those like little things of coffee beans. Yeah. This was the coffee beans, but if like you stuck the beans in your nose and they got stuck and you're like, fuck, I can't get it out. What the fuck, get out. And then you finally do, but it's like 5 minutes later and you're like, well, that was an unpleasant experience.
Do you think they were just trying to avoid having back-to-back Insomniac Marvel?
That, and you just needed that space. You needed like a breather, because the Wolverine was like, my heart was racing, and that Gran Turismo thing went very, very fucking long. Like in comparison with every other trailer, the Gran Turismo thing was like almost like 2-3 minutes.
Then, in my opinion,
not that that's long, but you know, in comparison,
in my opinion, if I were Sony, in that case, I would have opened the show with Gran Turismo. Even though you did get a shock out the gate from Knights of the Old Republic,
it was 3 minutes fucking long, dude. 3 fucking minutes.
It was Knights of the Old Republic, right?
Yeah.
KOTOR? Yeah. All right. Instead of that, I would have either put KOTOR where Gran Turismo was and just swapped them.
Oh, that would have been cool. Just like a nice quick back-to-back and then right into Spidey.
Yeah, like you would have got Wolverine, KOTOR, because these are all your like surprises.
Yeah.
Because no one knew KOTOR was getting remastered.
Yeah, no one.
So that's where I would have put it. We knew Gran Turismo was coming.
Yeah.
But I understand also why they put it where they put it, because it's a Sony exclusive.
True.
Like, that's where all the exclusives were.
Yeah.
Everything else can go anywhere else.
100%. Yeah, I agree with that.
Except for Tachia. You said that was PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Or was it also PC?
I think it's also PC. I can scroll back up. Yeah, it's also PC.
Okay, so yeah, this is where all their exclusives were.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to have two Insomniac Marvels next to each other, so they kind of had to put their other exclusive in between
100%.
because they're not going to take God of War from the end because that's your overall crowd pleaser.
Spoilers.
Well, if you didn't see it by now,
fuck you.
You're not a fucking gamer,
and you weren't at our stream, so fuck you.
Yeah.
But yeah, after Gran Turismo, it was cars. They look good. It looks like a real fucking video of a car. I'm not gonna lie, it looked good.
Yeah,
but it was
beautiful.
too long and it pissed me off. Whatever. Moving forward. After that, we got the Spider-Man 2 teaser cinematic, which I called this. I also called that we needed Insomniac to do X-Men, and then that happened like a year ago.
We keep doing this.
And what was the argument against it? We needed a baby Groot game? Get fucking wrecked. We're not doing that. Not anymore.
Who said that?
I wonder. Anyway, moving forward. So this Spider-Man 2 trailer, off the top of it,
I didn't think we were going to do it. You did call it. I was like, they're not showing that.
Dude, so good. Some suit redesigns for both Miles and Peter. CLD actually hit us up with a very cool comparison chart of what the suit differences are for Peter. We're still waiting on one from Marvel. Or from for Miles.
For every comic in Marvel.
Yeah. For Miles, because there's a big difference in Miles. Like, he's got a giant red streak now instead of just the arms. It makes me happy as a toy collector because they did the Spider-Man from the first Insomniac game, and it was fucking terrible. Like, it was just they painted over a body, not the correct proportions. Bad. Sorry, Hasbro, but you fucked.
Wait, for the toy or for
toy.
in the game?
For the toy. Like, they just painted over like some random body that was not even the correct like muscle mass. And we're like, yeah, it's the PS4 one. And I'm like, well, I need it, but like it's not correct.
If I must.
Yeah. And then they showed the new Miles one that I've showed you in CLD, and that one's like perfect.
That one's dope.
So they now need to make a corrected version, and we're good. Moving forward, after the suit designs, we got a little bit of a little co-op action between the two of them, taking down some bad guys on the street. There's a little bit of a overlying monologue happening, and I have a prediction of what this is. So, very foreign accent behind the voice, and just talking, giving us like a very ominous vibe after they get done kicking some ass, and it goes into a dark alleyway.
Right.
And that's when we get the flash of like Venom.
Yeah.
And it has the Venom voice after it has the regular voice. So my thoughts on what the story is of this. The game kicks off, we get Harry has the Venom symbiote, right? Whatever. Peter and Miles kick some ass, get the symbiote off of him. He's fine now. You know, like he's good. He's all healed up. But then Peter gets the symbiote. Then Peter finds out what the symbiote is, gets it off of him. Then it goes to Eddie Brock. And that's like over there, right? Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, in that section when Spider-Man still has the suit on, that's when we get Kraven. That's the main villain of the game.
I've seen people saying Kraven too.
Kraven is the main villain of this game.
Somebody said they think it was Doc Ock.
No. Fuck. Doc Ock is done, in my opinion, until he comes back for like a Sinister Six game or some shit like that. Like what they're doing with the movie, unfortunately. Anyway, I think it's going to be Kraven. It's going to be based on Kraven's Last Hunt, that comic line, which is really great. Spider-Man's going to get literally buried in the ground, and then Kraven's going to take over for him. Miles is going to have to fight Kraven to get him off the streets, and then Peter will get unburied, you know, like he'll get rescued by Miles. And then that's when we get the final boss of Venom. I want that to be like, Kraven is like the mid-boss, and then like Venom is the biggest boss.
I couldn't tell, like a part of me when I was watching this and you hear the voice talking, at first I was like, is that this is the initial watch?
Yeah.
After I watched that trailer 5-6 more times throughout the weekend.
20.
Can't beat that.
I have a problem.
I kept watching it and I'm like, okay, Venom is saying that we will. Like he's not the one.
He's not the voice.
Right, he's not the voice. When we fought at first, I was like, Venom was talking that whole time? Anyway. So I couldn't tell, like, so wait, is Venom on the same side as Spider-Man and Miles, or Peter and Miles? I couldn't tell by what he meant as he said that, responding to the voice.
Yeah, it was definitely some Marvel bullshittery where they cut together some stuff to make you think like, but wait, Harry had the symbiote. So is this Harry talking right now? No, because it's not his dialect. Like he wouldn't have that accent because you heard Norman talking the whole time, and he was just normal old white guy, you know, like from New York. So Harry obviously needs to sound like, and we also heard Harry's voice in the game. Yeah. So not him. That voice right there was like very foreign and like very gritty. And I want to fucking kill Spider-Man. I'm going to hunt him down. That's Kraven, 100%. And then Venom is definitely just Venom, like with Eddie and him together. So there's that. I think there's like a multi-boss game, like, and it kind of works in the video game trope of 3 bosses almost, where you have Harry as the first one, second one is going to be Venom, almost maybe Spider-Man as the I think Peter is the second boss, and you take over as Miles.
You fight him with Miles.
Yeah, to like get the symbiote off of him, because like Peter starts going way too hard. Yeah, and like starts being like on the villains and the bad guys, and then Miles is like, "Yo, you can't be doing this shit," and then they fight. And you're playing as Miles to get it off him. That's when the symbiote goes to Eddie. Then we take on Kraven, and then we take on Venom in the final.
You're doing better at selling this game than they did, because I'm like, I would like to play this game, sir. Here is my money.
Insomniac, give it to me. You need a story writer? I mean, you already finished it. It's fine. But
maybe they didn't. Rewrites, hire this man.
It's definitely the way that they're going to do it, because it's a smart way. Like, I'm not trying to say that I just see how Spider-Man works, and I like it a lot. Right. And I understand the character on a level where it's like, I can see where this is going. Right. If it doesn't go that way, I'd be confused. Like, I could, not to be that guy, but like, I could see where the first Spider-Man game was going. I understood it. Like, you could tell where we were going with Doc Ock the whole time. I'm like, okay, so this is going to lead to a big, like, thing where, like, we're facing off with each other in the end, like, no matter what. Like, it's not going to be not be Doc Ock. Because you could see that.
Oh, well, you saw the trajectory of the story.
You could see it, and, like, you can understand how it's going to go. And not saying that there wasn't any like unpredictable moments, like maybe the Aunt May scene if you haven't played the game, spoilers, but like even that was like I could see this happening. Right. Like it's not like you're hyping up Aunt May the whole entire time in the beginning. Like it's her fucking birthday and like you're giving her cake and like, you know, you're celebrating her. Obviously you're gonna take her away from him in the end if you're celebrating
this
her.
Makes me want to
much.
play the game again.
I'm going to. I have to still finish my playthrough with the new face person. But yeah, man. Spider-Man 2, honestly, I hate to say it, was my highlight over God of War.
I think so too.
While I loved God of War, Spider-Man is my number one.
Spider-Man was the best because Wolverine is a surprise. Like we're still looking into what we're going to get from that. Full high host because Insomniac, Sony, Marvel combination just does not produce bullshit. God of War is already a proven thing. This is something, we know what this is going to be. We're already excited for it because we've already been here. We've already been with Spider-Man also as well, but Spider-Man can go in so many different ways. God of War, you can be like, I know exactly what this game is going to do.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, you can be like, this could go so many different ways.
100%.
And we've seen no gameplay yet. Like, it's more to think about.
And that being said, we saw a shit ton of gameplay of God of War.
Yes.
This game looks ready to be out.
Yeah.
It definitely won't be coming out for a bit, which is fine. What was the actual date? I forget.
They didn't say.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when you think
right?
they're going to give the date, they show that girl,
Yeah.
what they gave a name to now, but I forgot.
Yeah.
I didn't look it up. But she says, I can't tell you everything, which is clearly their wink, like, we're not giving you the date.
I'm also curious of what her role is in the game in comparison, because I feel like her and Atreus have to be doing something. You know, like there's
Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
not that. I feel like it's more like the first love thing.
Yeah.
Like you know, like when you're a teenager and you find that first girl that you're like, oh God, about
Their girl
and, like,
next door.
The girl next door thing, yeah. But it's just girl next forest.
Girl
Hate
next
that
biome.
joke. But yeah, man, they confirmed a bunch of stuff for it, that it's going to be a one take, just like the first one. I think Corey's Barlog's not the director this time; it's a different person, but he left it, you know, with good intentions and knows where it's going. Yeah, man, lots of dope stuff in that trailer. Amazing gameplay. We got a couple of character posters the day after, which leads to another thing that was very interesting about Thor. They showed him, and people were like, kind of shit talking him. Because he's, I wouldn't say overweight per se.
No, he's just a heavier set guy than the traditional super posh Marvel Thor that everybody.
He looks like the world's strongest man type people.
Yeah.
Like the ones that like lift the boulders and shit. Like the actual strong people. And people were like shitting on him because like he was overweight and like.
Because he's not a Hemsworth.
Yeah, and it was so weird. Like it was even on the news, like on yesterday, which was 9/11. If you know, obviously, if you are a person that exists in the world, you knew that. Like that was like on the news during that day, and I'm like, I'll give credit where credit's due. Brett tweeted it out and was like, "How is this what you're showing for news when there's clearly actual news stories to talk about and like things to like discuss? You're talking about like how Thor's got some like titties, like bro, like what?" Like, fuck off. First of all. Second of all, he looks dope, almost better than the actual Thor in the MCU, which is funny because now Thor looks like that.
Right.
Like, I mean, I think he's going to look ripped again for Love and Thunder, but it's fine. I would love if he just stuck with the dad bod, though.
Relatable.
Yeah, factually. But, yeah, man, it looks stunning, to say the least.
Yes. Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. It left us speechless. If you watch the stream, go watch the stream. And I cannot wait for these games. There are so many good games that I can't wait to play. I'm playing Deathloop right now, most likely. I'm playing a couple of games next month as well. And Spider-Man, boy, oh boy, can I not wait for that. Did that get like a date, like a year?
2023.
23, yeah. So
which leads to why we think Wolverine's not coming till at least 25.
It's going to be one of the... I think Wolverine's like the Miles, except for an actual full game, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like, we're going to get, like, Spider-Man intermittently through, like, these other ones. And that leads me to... We don't have any viewer questions this week, but I will give my viewer question out in a second, and we'll talk about it. But other than that was the Sony event. It was great.
Beautiful.
We only have one other news story, which was the Epic and Apple. I didn't really read much into it.
I didn't read a whole lot except what I sent in the Discord, which was...
It ended, at least, with the lawsuit itself. Like, the thing has been complete.
Yes. Epic must allow... This is from The Verge. Apple must allow other forms of in-app purchases, rules judge in Epic versus Apple. Epic and Jason Schreier tweeted, so Epic lost on just about every count and will have to pay millions, while Apple now has to let apps use external payment processors, potentially costing them billions. Big win for everyone who was rooting for both companies to lose.
Yeah, which is it's weird. It's almost like this is like the way it should have went.
But this is like probably the best outcome.
Yeah, for like a normal human being, I would say.
Right.
Not for either of them, obviously. Fuck them, but like Apple was definitely wrong for what they did in taking their in-app purchases away and then getting the app completely off the iOS store or the App Store, whatever the fuck you call it. That was also a wrong move. So Fortnite will end up being back on that at some point. So there's that at least. We don't know when. But then also Epic taking huge fucking L's on almost every single account because fuck them. No offense.
Craziness, man.
Yeah.
I it's weird. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, y'all lost a lot, but y'all took the fight straight to the beast and got, even though you lost a lot, you got the one win that you needed that serves the rest of the industry who wants to put stuff on Apple.
True.
So in the end, it's like, it sucks, but good job at the same time.
Good job. Thank God that you're the one that got fucked. And it wasn't like an indie creator or some shit.
Right.
So now we have...
They can afford to get fucked.
Yeah, they can afford to get fucked in
Both
many ways.
sides can afford to get fucked.
But yeah, some happy news to end off the news section. So, like I said, did not receive any viewer questions this week. I didn't put out a question to ask a question in the thing. It's fine. My question that I'd like to ask in a general opinion state. Insomniac Games. We have now had Spider-Man. We've had Spider-Man Miles Morales. And now we're getting Spider-Man 2 and we're getting the Wolverine game.
Yeah.
Not a lot of representation when it comes on the opposite side of the spectrum of women. What character do you think Insomniac from the Marvel Universe would do well as a full game that is a women lead?
Captain Marvel.
Okay.
I think you could obviously do whatchamacallit too though, Black Widow, but I think Captain Marvel will be more fun. This is just me. The first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah.
What I think. So I didn't really have time to obviously to sit.
Oh yeah,
with
this
question.
is just off our cuff. To be fair,
Yeah.
I literally thought of this when I was like, we were talking about it. I'm like, wow, we don't really have any women representation from Insomniac right now. Not that it's like a bad thing per se. It's like they're still just getting started.
Are we
with
talking
these
about
games.
strictly or just anything in Marvel?
I was just saying any Marvel female character that's like a female-driven game because that we haven't really gotten it. Like we've gotten the DLC with Black Cat, which was okay, and Miles, the main villain, was technically a female, so it's like there's that. But it's like we haven't really gotten anything where it's like showing badass women.
I'd love for them to. I'm a fan of X-23, so I'd love an X-23 game. See, I took the question as MCU, but since it's not that now, I can have more to choose from.
Just the Insomniac universe.
I also would love for them to go to cover new bases. Like, I really want to see Ironheart do a lot more shit.
That's exactly what I have two. One is Riri Williams. I think that would be a great fucking game. Ironheart.
Yeah, Ironheart, yeah.
That would just be a great time, just having her flying around New York the whole time, like carrying on Tony's legacy after he's gone.
I'd love to just see her growth, her coming into herself. That's why I was so happy to hear that she's going to be in Black Panther 2.
Yes.
Because I just want to see her story. So
I just saw her figure the other day, and I had to pass on it, but I was like, I want it so bad. Like, it just doesn't fit with my collection, but I'm like, I want it.
No, I understand.
It's so good.
So,
But
she's gonna go to the top. Ironheart is mine.
yeah.
Answer. And
I
then
would also
X-23.
like She-Hulk.
I thought about She-Hulk. That was in my head too.
Yes. Because we are getting a TV series, like a Disney Plus one, of She-Hulk. So there's that. But I feel like She-Hulk has kind of been slept on in a way. It's like nobody really knew that she was her own character. They were just like, oh yeah, just woman version of Hulk. But like, that'd be dope. Like if we get like a She-Hulk game where like we get to fucking like be this big badass brawny woman that just beating fucking motherfuckers' asses, just like clobbering time style.
Yeah.
But that I would love a She-Hulk game. There's a ton of cool women characters. Like I don't personally, I wouldn't like Captain Marvel. That's just me, because I like her more of like an in-between antagonist in the comics, where it's like I feel like we're leading in the MCU at least towards Civil War 2, where Anthony Mackie as the new Captain America and her. In the comics, when they did Civil War 2, it was those two going at each other instead of Iron Man and First Cap, Steve. But I would love to see those two go against each other because they have very different belief systems, and like it was very interesting to see that dynamic. But I like her more as like an antagonist almost. Like she's kind of like, she's all powerful. She is Superman pretty much, kind of. And like she's just like, no, this is just stupid. I'm just gonna do it the way I want to do it. She's pretty much Injustice Superman with less murder in my eyes. But at the same time, I want an Injustice. I want a Superman game.
Speaking of Injustice, you saw that trailer
for the animated one. Yeah. It was weird to me. I watched this dude on TikTok. He's the guy who does like the reviews and he holds his microphone like this.
Yes.
Yeah. He's very good. Straw Hat Goofy, I think. He was talking about. He's like, this is the most unexciting trailer of like, if you don't know what the game is, you don't know what this movie is, because they hardly show anything about what this is. He's like, this is like the Civil War of DC times like 1,000,000, and they just kind of like underplayed it. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, it's so that like when you see the movie, you're like, oh fuck.
When, you want to give it away.
When you get the scene where Superman grabs Joker by the shoulder and goes like this, that's going to change the whole movie, like the tone for the rest of it. And they couldn't show that in the trailer.
Yeah, no.
But I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, I'm in for this.
Oh yeah, 100%. That comes soon, right?
I forgot what the date was.
But yeah, that's all we got.
Wait, real quick. Because I always used to make a joke about, what did I call it? The VGCU, and then it was like, since it was
Video Game
Insomniac.
Cinematic Universe?
Yeah, anyway.
Insomniac Video Game. IVC.
The IVCU? Anyway. Now, now that we got Wolverine, which we think naturally is going to lead to X-Men.
Yes.
What else do you see getting roped into this?
Black Panther.
You think they're going to do? I could see
would
that.
see a
That would
Black
be
Panther
dope.
game.
I would
Black
love
Panther
to see
game?
Wakanda in video game form outside of the Avengers game.
Yeah, which I've heard is actually really good, and like I haven't dived back into it yet. Personally, I want to just to test it, but it's fine. At the moment, I'm still not. I would see Black Panther. If we're just going straight from like what we even have in regular media, Doctor Strange would be a really trippy fucking game.
Oh shit, I didn't think about that yet. Doctor Strange would be good.
I would say Hulk, but I'd rather She-Hulk, just because I feel like Hulk's just like, no offense, kind of boring in the sense of like what your gameplay would actually be, because you'd just be punching shit. At least with She-Hulk, it's like you can become kind of agility and punchy shit.
Right.
I don't want an Iron Man game because it's never been good the way it's been done prior. A Cap game would kind of be shitty in my eyes.
Yeah, I think you gotta be kind of pick and choosy.
Yeah.
But I would love for like kind of like how Miles filled the gap. I'd love for him to have main ones like Wolverine, Spider-Man, or did like an X-Men.
Nightcrawler.
That'd be dope.
Or Gambit, one of the two.
Yeah, I like the Nightcrawler.
Because Nightcrawler, you could like teleport
the
a
mechanics
lot.
would be crazy.
Yeah, and then Gambit would be great because you can do close combat and far combat with the cards.
Yeah.
So that would work really well. Rogue. Fuck yeah.
Rogue,
Give me a Rogue game.
Yeah. But I think like we got the tent poles. So like I just said, I think it's Wolverine, Spider-Man, X-Men, whatever's going to come down. But I think those gap fillers, I would love for them to take it between Wolverine and Spider-Man and have like a Deadpool game in the middle.
I don't even want that in the middle. I want it to be its own.
You want that to be a full
I
thing?
want a new Deadpool game that's that makes fun of the old one.
But do you think you can stretch Deadpool out into like a
100%.
Spider-Man-esque game?
You can do that, and then you can bring in Spider-Man. You
But
could
that's
have a
why I put it
Spider-Man
in between, because he fucks with Wolverine too. So that's why I put it in the middle of those. And maybe those worlds connect.
I'd like if they made a Deadpool game where he like jumps into the missions of like Wolverine and Spider-Man, where it's like, so like I would like it after Wolverine and after Spider-Man 2, we get a Deadpool game in which he inserts himself into those games. So we replay those parts of the games, but we're as Deadpool. And then like it breaks the fourth one. It's like, you weren't in this part. Like, just like, he's like, get the hell out of here, dude. Like, you weren't in Madripoor when I was here. Like, fuck you.
That would be funny.
That was another cool thing. Apparently, the location of the actual game of Wolverine is in Madripoor, which is the area that was in the Falcon and Captain and Winter Soldier series.
Oh, shit. Didn't know that.
So it's Madripoor. There was also the eye patch from when he was Patch with the white suit with a gray Hulk. So maybe that's a thing. Lots of Easter eggs, to say the least. But yeah.
You can go a lot of places.
Yeah. If you'd like to see your Easter eggs, you can find them on savebeforequitting.com.
You can find them in April when Easter comes.
Yes. But if you want to do it anywhere else, you can do it on savebeforequitting.com. Fully spelled out.
Hit us up. Let us know how you would carve the VGCU. Like, how would you carve the this universe that they got going now in Insomniac.
What characters would you like to just see as a game in general from Insomniac? Let's
And what would the
Ghost Rider?
Yeah, would be cool.
Ghost Rider game would be dope. There's a lot of good characters. Moon Knight would be a great time, especially with the new series coming out and people actually knowing who the fuck he is. Yeah, moving forward, there's doors open wide.
Yeah.
So let us know what door you'd like to open at our email, savebeforequitting, fully spelled out, at gmail.com. And on our Discord, we'll put up the question on Thursday in the Discord for you guys to answer, so make sure you join up. Go to the link in our bio on all our social medias. It's at save, the letter B, the number 4 quitting. There's a link tree, and you can just click on that, join the Discord, and have a good time and join up. Yeah, you can do that on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. We stream a little bit more frequently now because we're going to be able to. And here on YouTube, if you're a video amigo, and there'll be more video content coming very, very fucking soon. Vlog coming soon this week of us going to Micro Center, which we're about to go do. Probably like an hour because we're most likely going to be in conversation with people.
Yes.
So there's that. We will have to show our face.
Careful now.
Careful. Before you show your face, make sure you always
Save before quitting.
And keep an eye out on the merch store. We're getting cool new stuff, limited coming
coming.
soon. Limited stuff. I'm drawing it up right now over there.
Also,
I need
look
to stop
out
doing
for
this
the
motion.
Yeah, don't do that motion. Also, look out for the new promos this week, which by this point might already have come out. So show some love to those.
Show love to promos. Goodbye.
Peace. And be more than almost interesting.